what I'm going to show you today is going to blow your mind. I'm sure you have heard about AI taking over the world with ChatGPT and mostly text or chatbots. But there is one area where AI has been so advanced that it's almost like magic. Let me quickly show you how.
I'm an assistant that you can talk to like a person. So, how's your day going?
It's all going fine, Vapi. I'm just trying to create a YouTube video.
That's awesome. Creating YouTube content can be a lot of fun. What's your video about?
It's actually, in fact, about you.
Oh, wow. I'm flattered. So, what's the angle? Are you going to showcase my amazing conversational skills or my stunning vocal presence?
All of them, in fact.
Well, I'm blushing behind my digital interface. Let me know if you need any help or if you want to include some Vapi-specific features in your video. I'm here to make you look good.
Sure, thanks. So you see, all of that was using an AI-generated voice. And if you are a business owner, you can save thousands of dollars in manpower by replacing that with AI. And if you are somebody who has their own AI automation agencies, you can leverage this power to create products for the market today. And this is where all of that magic is going to happen. And this is called Vapi. Vapi is basically voice AI for developers. And with this, you can create solutions for everything like inbound calls, outbound calls, voice products, and voice to IoT. Inbound calls like barbershop, dentist office, restaurant, website, realtors, or insurance companies. So imagine that there is a bot that is 24/7 available whenever you want to call to whatever office, and he or she is going to give you all the answers that you're looking for without getting in any sort of waiting line. And the best demo of a voice assistant would be to just talk to it before starting. So let's give it a try.
Welcome to Vapi. I'm an assistant that you can talk to like a person. So, how's your day going?
It's all going fine, Vapi. I'm just trying to create a YouTube video.
That's awesome. Creating YouTube content can be a lot of fun. What's your video about?
It's actually, in fact, about you.
Oh, wow. I'm flattered. So, what's the angle? Are you going to showcase my amazing conversational skills or my stunning vocal presence?
All of them, in fact.
Well, I'm blushing behind my digital interface. Let me know if you need any help or if you want to include some Vapi-specific features in your video. I'm here to make you look good.
Sure, thanks.
Cool. You're welcome. If you need anything else, just give me a shout. And good luck with your YouTube video.
And that was Vapi. That was just a demo on homepage. And you can imagine what amazing things we can achieve if we go really deeper. And let's do right that. So we go to dashboard. And the dashboard looks something like this. This is my dashboard because I have been testing Vapi for quite some time by making calls, making assistants. But for you, it will be just a blank slate. And on the left, these are the things that would be most important for you to consider and to learn. So the first thing is assistants. Second is phone numbers. There's files, tools, blocks, squads, voice library, and call log. I'm going to teach you every single thing in there. So make sure you stay till the end of the video. So let's go to the most important thing, which is called the assistants. Assistants is basically someone or a particular AI bot that you will train on a specific use case. For example, if you want to create a bot that basically is a customer support for a front office of a hotel, right? So that bot would be trained to answer all the questions that a guest might have with respect to their bookings, their reservations, their timings, etc., right? You can also train it for any other service to receive customer supports, or you can also train this bot to basically do outbound sales for any business that you're having, okay? So for example, this is an example bot that I can show you that I was trying to train for this fictitious company, which is called Shark AI Business Automation Agency. And this bot is basically trying to sell a service that is your AI automation agency to a specific client. Now, I haven't defined what the client is. So the AI is going to figure out how the AI automation is going to benefit a particular business, and then would try to automatically pitch it to that person. right? So before that, let's understand what these things are. So the cost of any call or the cost you'll bear of using the Vapi interface or the backend would be divided into 5 things. One is the Vapi fixed cost. One is the deepgram, which is basically transcribing your conversations into text. One is the LLM interface, which you can choose from right here. One is the voice service that you'll be using. Right now I'm using PlayHD. And lastly, it will be the web interface. Okay, so if I go here, my model, I have just called it as Ariana, right? And I have given all the specific instructions to make sure that she talks and acts like somebody who's from an automation agency. On the right, I can choose from a lot of providers, right? So I can choose, let's say, OpenAI, and I can choose GPT-4o cluster, Mini, Turbo, or this one. The change that will happen would be on 2 things. One is on the cost and one is on the latency, right? So let's say I do Anthropic, right? Immediately you see the cost jumps to 21 cents and the latency jumps to 1450 milliseconds, which is pretty high, right? And if I hover on this, these are the things that are causing all the latency, and the biggest latency is because of the model, Anthropic, right? So if I change it to OpenAI and I change it to, let's say, GPT-4 or mini cluster, my latency is about 750 milliseconds, which I think is pretty good, and my costs have also decreased dramatically. And next is knowledge base, where you can upload any file on which you can specifically train this bot. So if you have a script or you have internal company documents on which you want to train the bot to give you the answers you're looking for, you can just upload all of these files here, and Vapi automatically will train the bot on that documentation. Temperature is basically if you want to make this bot a little more free and not rigid to your instructions, you can increase the temperature, but don't increase it too much because then the bot might hallucinate. Okay, max token 250 is good for like forming good sentences. If you make it too much, the bot would keep talking, and if we make it too low, the bot will just like speak very short sentences. So 250 is a pretty good amount of maximum tokens to have. I have turned on detect emotion because that is important when we're talking to somebody which is human. Okay, let's go to the next one, transcriber. Transcription is basically whatever the bot is going to talk. Everything would be transcribed into text so that you can analyze on that at the end of the call. Okay, voice. Okay, so this is where you can choose the voice. I have chosen Ariana from PlayHD, but let me show you what other voices you can choose before we move forward. So we go to the left hand, which is called voice library. We go here. And these are all the voices that are there from all of these different providers, right? So let's say we have 11 labs and we want to have, let's say, special accent, let's say American, for example, and let's see what the different voices are there, right? So let's say we see Nina.
The thing always happens that you really believe in, and the belief in a thing makes it happen.
The sun rises in the east and sets in the west.
Allow the world to live as it chooses and allow yourself to live as you choose.
The best thing about the future is that it only comes one day at a time.
Well begun is half done.
So there are a lot of different voices, but you have to figure out what kind of voice would suit for a specific use case of your bot. You don't want to be calling somebody and your bot to be speaking like this.
The best thing about the future is that it only comes one day at a time.
That would be a very deep narrated voice, which doesn't make sense on a phone call, right? So this is 11 labs, and there is a PlayHD as well. And I think I like this better than 11 labs for some reason, because I feel the natural texture of the voice is better here. Okay, so let's say I select female, and let's say I select Samara.
Hey, how's it going? I appreciate you clicking on my voice. So you wanted to chat?
I think this is more natural. And let's say I go to Ayla.
By now, you should have completed your sales readiness self-assessment. Join us in the first module for prospecting new business and access the...
This sounds like more of a training, and somebody who's giving corporate training, that kind of voice is there, right? So there are a lot of options, but you have to figure out what kind of voice is suiting your use case. Okay, so I have chosen similarly for my use case, I have chosen Samara. Okay, and if you you can also search right here, or you can also add a voice ID manually, which you can take from here. If you liked some voice, this is the ID of that voice, so you copy that, you go back to assistants, and you can paste that ID if you don't want to search from all of that here. Okay, next up is background sound. So if you want to have a background sound of an office, you can add that. Punctuations are the full stops, question marks, or exclamations that you can define that the bot would use from time to time. Okay, filter injections is something that I would keep on. Back channel enabled I would keep on, because these are the things that will make my bot sound more human. So this will add more and yeah while listening to the other person, and these two settings I would turn it on. Okay, background denoising, I don't think I need it, so I'll just turn it off. Next up, very important, is emotion. So what emotion are you going to convey with your bot? So if you have a female, there are some options, and if you have a male bot, you have options. I have a female one, and I would choose female happy right here. Okay, next up is speed. I don't recommend going more than 1 or 1.3 in this, because otherwise it's very fast and it's incomprehensible for somebody who's on the other side of the phone. So be safe and keep it 1, right? Temperature is, again, I told you beforehand, temperature is the kind of leverage or the kind of freedom the bot has to drift away from the script and to introduce new things, right? I don't want to do it too much. I maybe want to do it 0.2. Okay, voice guidance is basically how unique your voice would sound. So I don't want to make it very far from what I have chosen already. So I would keep it like whatever it is setting right now. Style is something that you can experiment on. If you want to give it more emotional angle, you can increase it to very emotional. But if you want to keep it very professional and very corporate style, you should keep it extremely less. Text guidance is basically the training that you have done here would be followed to the T or not. If the text guidance is low, it means the bot will stick to the text guidance that you have provided. If it's more, it will have more freedom to drift apart and introduce more creative things, right? So what I'll do is I'll keep it as it is. Okay, next up we go to functions. Functions is basically depreciated and it's replaced by tools. These are the custom functions that are invoked when somebody mentions something on the call. For example, I can create a tool which captures, let's say if somebody says a time or a date or a time, right? So if somebody is available for a specific date and time, that function would capture that information, and then we can use that function to schedule an appointment later, which I'll show you how in a bit. Okay, so we'll keep this. I'll come to this in a while. Next up is enable end call function. So I'll keep this checked on because I want the bot to be able to end the call if everything is done and end the call by saying goodbye and all of that, right? Dial the keypad if you want to give your assistant or the bot the power to dial things on keypads. You can use this. I don't have a use of it, so I'll keep it turned off. Forwarding phone number is if you want to forward it to your own number. So for that, you can have a forwarding phone number right here, which is your phone number. If you want to forward calls, do that. Okay. End call would be goodbye, talk to you soon. This is fine. Now, custom functions is again the same things as tools, which is right here, which is actually right here. And I'll show you that in a bit. Let's move forward. Advanced is whether or not if you have to keep the audio recording in the database. I would like to do that. And if you want to have HIPAA compliance, you will have to turn the audio recording off. And video recording doesn't make sense right now because we are only creating an app for audio recording. Okay, these are the pipeline configurations: silence, timeout, response delay, LLM request delay. So these are the delays that you want to define, after which the bot would start speaking back after the human has spoken. So these are all pretty standard things. You can go through it pretty normally and there is nothing special that you want to do unless it's for a special use case. Messaging is basically what kind of messages the function will return after the call has ended. This one is for client message for the client SDKs, and this one for the server message, which is for the server URL. This will come handy when I'll tell you how to automate all of this with a make.com automation. And all of these are pretty basic things. Don't change anything. I will recommend just go with what defaults are. An analysis is basically post-call analysis of everything what has happened on that call. So Vapi will automatically transcribe all of that audio into text by using this transcriber here, which we have defined. And then it will do analysis on that text to figure out what's the summary of that conversation, what is the success evaluation, and what are the structured data that it can extract from that conversation to be used on something else in your app. Because let's say you're doing 10,000 calls a day, you don't want to be shifting through all of that conversations by every single line, every single word. Vapi can automatically summarize all of those calls for you, and you can just look at that summary and figure out what needs to be done for that particular use case. Okay, so all of this, if all of this is clear, let's publish our bot and let's have a chat with it right here. Remember, it's from an automation agency and it's going to sell us the product. Okay, so let's talk.
Hello, this is Ariana from Shark AI Business Automation Agency. Do you have a minute to chat?
Yeah, sure. Ariana, what's up?
We're here to assist businesses like yours in implementing AI voice assistants. Our goal is to enhance customer interactions and streamline processes. Have you considered how AI could benefit your business?
Not really.
I understand your hesitation. Many businesses are unsure about AI at first. However, we've helped companies increase their profits by 70% using AI. Would you be open to exploring how it might work for you?
That sounds interesting.
Great. And can you tell me about your target audience? Also, what key functionalities would you like the AI voice assistant to have? Are there any specific challenges you're looking to address?
My target audience is small business owners, which are kind of new in the business.
Got it. So small business owners who are just starting out. An AI voice assistant can be really helpful for them. It can act as a customer service representative, answering questions and providing support. It can also reach out to potential leads, helping to grow their customer base. Are there any specific features you think would be beneficial for them?
I think having a customer support which is available all time would be a good option.
Absolutely. A 24/7 customer support assistant can greatly enhance customer satisfaction. It ensures that inquiries are addressed promptly, even outside of business hours. But would you be interested in seeing a detailed product demo to understand how our AI voice assistants can integrate seamlessly with your business?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. When would you be available for an online meeting to see the demo?
Tomorrow afternoon?
Tomorrow afternoon works. Can you please provide a specific time that suits you?
2 p.m.
Great. I'll schedule the online meeting for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Looking forward to showing you how our AI voice assistants can benefit your business. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye.
You're very welcome. I'm glad to help. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Bye.
So that was a bot that was talking to me, and I really felt that it was 90% there to a human. And with time, it's going to just improve, right? So if you are somebody who is a business, this is the time to integrate AI, and especially voice AI inside your business, because you can scale much quickly than what you can otherwise. And if there is technology available, why not use it? It can be either inbound for as customer support, or it can be outbound for even cold calling leads. So let's just quickly go through these things which are left. So the files is basically the same knowledge base that was here. here, this is the same thing as this one, the files, because and this is where you can upload the files on which you want the bot to be trained. Okay, and the blocks is basically a flow that you can create with your bot. So you can define if somebody says a specific word, you want to do that action versus letting the LLM figure out what to do next, right? Squads is very interesting. With squads, you can actually have your own team of different bots. Okay, so maybe Ariana can be the head or the person who's doing the cold call, and you can have different 5 or 6 bots under Ariana, and according to what the customer demands, she can automatically route that customer to a different bot to talk about different things, because that different bot would be trained on a different knowledge base or a different use case. For example, if you're having, let's say, a repair shop and you repair a lot of different things, so you can have a customer support which is trained specifically on customer support with a lot of empathy and a lot of kindness, and it can automatically figure out what kind of help you are trying to get for what specific device or product, and it can route you to that particular bot which is more specialized and trained on that particular problem case. So that was a demo of Vapi and how incredible the AI voice technology today is. And the good news is you can make apps and products on top of it and offer to various businesses looking for that. And if you are a business yourself, it's time to integrate AI in your systems because everybody else is doing it right now. In the next video, I'm going to tell you how to automate all of that process using make.com automations so that all you do is just sit back and relax and let the AI do all the heavy lifting for your businesses. So make sure you stay subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one.